So hello everyone, this is MD Tahamidul Abidin here. So today we are discussing on responsive layout with Power Apps. And so as we want to understand that what is Power Apps. So Power Apps is a member of Microsoft Power Platform along with Power BI and Power Automate. This can be used with a Dynamic 365, Office 365 and also in a standalone application. So Power Apps can be connected with Power BI and Power Automate with a common data service and data connections. And underneath all of these applications, Azure is basically running there. Is an underneath architecture. So as the question comes, so what is Power Apps and what is the difference with our generic development of software development in developing an apps in Power Apps? So basically Power Apps is a service which will help to build and use custom business application. Microsoft specially developed this service thought on that the business user who doesn't have the extensive knowledge of development and coding experience will be able to build a business application only having the knowledge of the business domain. So when we are discussing about Power Apps, and Power Apps can be developed by an end user or business user and IT admins, and also as with an experienced developer. In this Power Apps services, people can drag and drop to design their application, connect with the different data services, and this will work across web and mobile. So when we are developing an application in Power Apps, it will be happening without the time and expense of custom software development. So the points to take in here that Power Apps can be developed without having the programming knowledge, and it will be developed in a small time because we can just drag and drop controls. This is very much useful for smaller applications, and that's on. So coming to our today's topic, that responsive design with Power Apps. So why responsive design? As we know that responsiveness is a very much useful for our modern application, and responsiveness refers to the ability of an app to automatically align to different screen size and layouts to use the available screen space sensibly provided by the user screen and change automatically along with that. So when we are developing the apps, it have to be that ability to change the layout when it is running in mobile and desktop application in computer. Saying that, so Power Apps with responsive design, and we already know that there are three types of development methodology for Power Apps, which are one are Canvas app, model driven apps, and portal. So the last two, model driven apps and portals, are responsive by design, but the mostly used Canvas app is not responsive by design. If we want to make it responsive, we have to use some methodology to make it responsive. So today's session is mostly based on Canvas app, as this is the mostly used for Power Apps, as there is a vast access on the developer or the development point. So here we go. So to make a responsive design on a Canvas app, Power App service provides us container controls and screen layout. So there are different container controls are provided by Power Apps, which manages the controls within them. And there are basically three responsive layouts are provided, which is sidebar. Already we are showing here the sidebar, this vertical layout and horizontal layouts. And these other layouts are also there. We can use them if needed. So how it is defining that what is the screen size and whatnot. So in default, there is a screen breakpoint property for PowerAs as a given property, where we can see that when we are choosing for tablet, desktop, or web application, it is giving us that for 600 the screen size, it will giving us a pointer like 1, for 902, and for 1200 it's a 3, and other than this 4, so that we can manage like we have done in the CSS media query. So here this is the values provided 1 2 3 4 regarding the um, screen breakpoint. Also we can update this property as our own in the application, so we can manage as we wanted. So now we'll go to the demo session. So here is the screen visual, Asan bhai? Hello.
Hi, I can hear you, but
uh,
I was my mic was muted.
okay,
Would you
can
say
you
something?
see my screen that the browser is it showing? I think I'll share the screen again.
Um, I mean, I can understand what you want to
আপনি
say.
স্ক্রিন দেখতে পাচ্ছেন, মানে আমার স্ক্রিন কি ভিজিবল?
Yeah, your skin is visible.
Okay. So in the demo session, I have already created an example here. So these apps is a Canvas app I have developed. So if we run it here, you see currently this is in this layout, and if we make it small, still it is there. It is showing us a responsive behavior. You saw that after a point, it is going underneath there, and in some point the extended text is going to be hidden. Okay, so this is there we have also if we see the default form for SharePoint application here. So here we also see that this is a responsiveness showing this way. Okay. Okay. So let's build one for ourselves and see that how it works. So we're going to create a new application right now, Canvas app. This will be a demo, and we are selecting the table format. So the tablet format is the standard. As we are making responsive, it will also work on the mobile. Okay. So this is a blank screen. We will insert a screen where it will have, let's selecting this screen. Okay, this layout is looks fine for us, and removing the first one. So I'm naming this as a home screen. So here this is the header divided in header, main container, and footer. So in header, if we want to add a text here, a label, um, demo dashboard. Okay, so we can change the text like text alignment, and we also can update the alignment here, like we are making it central and justified. Okay, so also add another text which would be This will this user tag will bring up the current logged in user, so we can get the user's email, full name, and image. So I'm putting the full name here, which will show the full name. Here it is showing my name here. Okay. So we are making it a flexible width, so it will take the width it is needed also for this text also. Okay, and making it centralized. So here it is taking 50% of the width, but we want to take this one the 2/3 and this one the 1/3. So to do that, selecting this label, here we are fill property will 2, which will take the 2/3 of the full width. And next, let's add some color here, which will look nice, we think. Okay, make it white. Okay, so if you see, this is the current scenario, and if we make it preview, it won't be unresponsive. You'll show that this is not the responsive behavior we just saw. It is not the responsive behavior. So what is there to make it responsive? So to make it responsive, we have to go to the settings, and here we saw in the display the scale to fit, this should be off, and also the lock screen orientation is currently off. So these both options need to be off, otherwise this won't be behaving as a responsive application, just the layout will be minimized. So that we don't want it. We just so we have to make it off. So that's happening. Let's see if it is showing the responsive behavior. Okay, it is now showing the responsive behavior. So in this mobile layout, we want to make this welcome message hidden. As a mobile application, we don't want to show that. To do that, we have to make a condition to in the visible property. So as we previously saw in our table, that in the mobile tab, this is returning 1. So we want to show the text for all the other property when it is not 1. So going back on our application, then selecting this visible property, visible, it is currently true. So let's make the size of our home screen dot size not equal 1. So when the home screen size is not equal 1, it will show this message, otherwise it will not show that. So let's do that. Currently it is showing, and it's still showing, right? So when we are minimizing at in the mobile screen, that has been hidden, because as we have put the condition saying otherwise it is the value is 1, you have to show the content. So that's how we can hide and show our content as the screen is changing. So now we can add some control here. Let's say this is a container already there. We want to add more container, like let's say an horizontal container. Okay. So this is not needed. So this container, the container one. So here also we want to add another container. That's also a horizontal container. So here we saw that we have two horizontal container in our body container. So our target is adding some HTML text here, and here we'll add some control or vice versa. So let's add some HTML text here first. So in the insert menu, we search for our HTML. That is HTML text is provided container, and let's have some lorem ipsum text. To do that, we are copying this lorem ipsum and putting here. Okay. So just making it nice, looks nice. We are adding some tag. Okay. So let's make the width visible and auto hide and flexible width. And the text can be a little much bigger. Here. So if we saw it is responsive or not, yeah, this is coming as a responsive. That's good. So the next we want to add some control here. So how to add a control? So here we have already a container which is a responsive, but when we are adding control, we have to add them inside another container. So we container, as we are under container which are horizontal, but the controls have to be come with in a horizontal vertical way. So that's why we have to select vertical container. We are selecting another vertical container here. Okay. So we have selected two vertical container here. The reason being these need to be come under one another. So here we are adding one text like a label is name and then input text input. Okay. And here we can make it this way. Okay. Also here another text label like age and want to add another text input. So also making it as okay. So what is current scenario? If we see, if we make it small, it is not showing that way. So what we have to do? We have to wrap these containers so that they will look wrapped. Okay, so now we want to show that if it works or not. Let's see. Yeah, it is coming as we have to update the padding here, as this is the default padding that is provided. We have to update that as we want, but currently it is responsive. Okay, this is the way. So this way we can create responsive UI in the Canvas app, and that is fine. But what happens when we want to create an application with a Dynamics 365 or SharePoint? What will happen? Most of the time we will get all the form inside the app, because instead of developing a new form for each and every application, we can just insert that. So what I am trying to say, let's show here. That would be easier. We are adding a new screen again, and this screen we are adding the text, which is new form. Okay. So that would be here, and the container would be this way. Okay, and let's fill this. Okay, that's nice. So here we want to add a SharePoint form, which is already developed. Like in this SharePoint application, if we go, we have a list under R&D site, which is called a test list. So we have a default form here, but we want to create a mobile app other than install login in SharePoint. To do that, in our application, we can insert an app form here. Let's insert an edit form, connecting the data. So we have our Office 365 connections. R&D site, and this is the list we want to add. Okay. Data source again. So this way, this is coming up all the forms, the field in that list, and we have default form fields has been created. We doesn't have to create one by one. If there are 100 of fields, those also will become here. Okay. So what we have to do now? So here we have to make it new, and that's it. We can remove the footer. Let's see what happens. You see that this is working as a responsive by default, putting it in our container. We doesn't have to added these fields or set it the fields length or anything else. So this way we can create different applications with Canvas app with responsiveness, which will help us to show the application both in different screen and in different layout like mobile, tab, or in computer screen. So that was from today. I think you guys have enjoyed the presentation. If you guys have any question, you can ask me and ping me in social media. I will try to answer. Thank you.